Hopefully I'm live. I'm a bit early. Oh no, it's gone 6 o'clock now. There's one person on, I do believe. This is the third live session that I've done. For those of you that haven't seen one before, it's sort of an opportunity for people to come online and ask questions, get to know me, ask about the process of painting and how I work. And also to review what I've done for the previous months in terms of artwork. Just wanted to start really by going through some stats because I'm quite pleased with how the channel is going overall. Oh, there is nobody with me now. They've all gone. Was it something I said? Possibly. Yeah, so in terms of the number of subscribers, when I did the splash screen for this to advertise this live stream yesterday, I wasn't quite to 300 subscribers, and I wondered whether I should put that I'd got to 300 subscribers or not, but I thought I might reach it by this time today. And actually, as of now, I've just checked how many subscribers I've got, and I've got 327. So I've had a really, probably the busiest day in terms of numbers of subscribers I've ever had since I started the channel. So thank you for all those people. Hello, Dawn. Thank you for joining me. I was talking to myself again. Oh, I think you've gone again. Yeah, so thank you to everybody who has subscribed. And I know there's possibly not many people on at the moment, but people can watch this back afterwards. So if you are watching this and you're a subscriber, thanks very much. If you're not a subscriber, then please do subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to do sort of 1 or 2 videos a week to keep the content coming. And I'm hoping to monetize the channel, so get advertising revenue from it at some point. I don't know if people know this, but you need 4,000 watch hours within a 1 year period, and also 1,000 subscribers. So 327 subscribers in the 4 months-ish that I've been doing this. The first video that I did was a sort of a sketchbook review, and that was on the 13th of June. So it's been about 4 months that I've been doing this. And I think to get a third of the way there in that 4 months is pretty amazing, really. Still a long way to go, but I'll keep plugging away and hopefully we'll get there. Also, in terms of watch hours, I've actually done better than numbers of subscribers. So there's a lot of people watching the videos, and I'm halfway there. So I've got 2,010 watch hours so far of people that have watched my content, which I find absolutely amazing, really. And I've been a bit downhearted about the channel really this month, in that I've been doing as many videos, or not quite as many videos because I've been on holiday, but as many videos really, and yet the numbers of watch hours has been quite low, and the number of new subscribers has been low. But it just, for those of you that are trying a channel yourself, keep up with it, because it can just change instantly. You know, one of the videos that I posted a month ago or more was obviously being promoted by YouTube this weekend, and I've had massive spikes, bigger spikes than I've ever had in terms of numbers of views and watch hours and whatever. So it's totally turned it around. And of course, it's quite exciting to see those spikes and how quickly your viewing numbers are going up and your watch hours are going up. So stick with it. If you're doing a channel yourself, stick with it, and hopefully you'll get there as I'm getting there. I think I've got 37 videos now. This may be the 38th, I'm not sure. So of course, the more videos that you've got, the more watch hours you're going to get, and the more subscribers you get, the more you're going to watch. Hello, Mark. Nice to see you on. It's actually saying there is nobody on at the moment, but obviously there are some people on because people are typing to me, so I'll just carry on. In fact, last time I did this, it said that I'd had 6 concurrent users on at one point, and I only ever saw 2 or 3, I think. But Who knows? If you're there, say hello in the chat. Do use the chat. Do ask questions on the chat. I'm happy to answer anything. I might try a poll in a while, if I can remember how to do that. Because somebody was talking about whether to have music on the videos or not. We'll talk about that later. So let's have a quick review of the stuff that I've done this month. There's not quite as many things as there were last month, because for those of you that watched the September review, I went away on a painting holiday in that month. So there was quite a lot of things. I was doing something every day while I was away. And this month I've been away on holiday with Dawn, who's on the live stream by the looks of it. If she is, I don't know. She said she is, so I'm assuming she is. We went to Yorkshire, but of course it was a walking holiday rather than a sit and paint holiday. I think she would have been very bored if I'd have sat there painting all day, to be fair. So we did lots of walking. She dragged me up hills with no views from the top because we're in the clouds. But it was a great holiday, but less work, less time to do some painting and drawing. I have done some. I've also attended a life drawing session this month just gone, which is something I used to do a lot of. I haven't done anything like that for a while, a life drawing group with a live model. So that was a bit scary and daunting to start with, but I really enjoyed it. So we'll have a look at the work that I produced in that during this review as well. So I started October with a male nude pencil sketch. This was on the 11th of the 10th by the looks of it. That seems quite a long time into the month. Can't believe I didn't do anything for 11 days, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. I can't keep up. So this is that drawing there, which you've probably seen if you follow the channel. You might have seen the video of it being created. It's from a photograph. I often work for photographs, as you know. I have models pose for me, so it's my pose, my lighting, and that sort of thing. But it's easier on the model. A lot of models that I use aren't experienced models, so they don't. This would have been quite a hard pose to hold for an hour or whatever, how long this took me to do in this much detail. So the advantage of taking photographs for me is that the model can do more unusual poses, but not be worn out by them and need lots of rests and that sort of thing. So that was the first pencil sketch that I did in the sketchbook. I was trying to fill sketchbook pages again. And then after that one, I went away on the holiday that I just mentioned up to Yorkshire with Dawn. Apparently, Dawn's video connection keeps breaking. It could be at my end. Who knows? Maybe. Who knows? I'll carry on regardless. Hopefully, it'll come out in the end. So yeah, I went up to Yorkshire with Dawn, and I took a photograph again on a walking day of a lovely gnarled ash tree that I saw. We decided to do a walk around the Malham area. So this was from the Malham village to Janet's Foss, and I just liked this sort of ash tree, and it's sort of dying, I suppose, really, but it had interesting shapes on it and growths on it. So I took a photograph of that, and then one evening when we'd got back from a walk or whatever, I did a pencil sketch of that. I wanted to paint it really, but the place that we stayed was so dark in the sort of living accommodation, no real windows and the lights weren't very bright, that I actually couldn't see the colours of the paints. So that's why it turned out to be a pencil sketch and nothing more. The next thing that I did, I'm just trying to find it, was a watercolour. And again, while I was away, I took photographs when we went to Brimham Rocks. It was a rainy day. Dawn went off for a walk in the rain. I sat in a seat that actually was backed by a window, so I could see the paints to paint this one. And it was just a quick gouache sketch from a photograph that I took of Brimham Rocks. It was a rainy day when we went to Brimham Rocks, but it did sort of clear, and you can see that in the breaks in the cloud at the top there. Very impressionistic of the scene, but it gave the overall opinion of what I was looking at. So that was the next thing that I did. And then I got back, was it last weekend? It seems like forever ago, but yeah, I think it was just last weekend. And then I went to the life drawing class on the Sunday evening, a friend of mine who's an artist had found it and asked if I wanted to go. So he drove and we both went along. I actually used to run a life drawing group for a while, and he was one of the people that attended that. So it was nice to be getting back into the life drawing. A bit nerve-wracking. You'd never know what sort of people are in the group and that sort of thing, and what the model's going to be like. I was sort of hoping for a female model actually this time, if I'm honest, because I do a lot of male nude life drawing on models and whatever. So I was hoping for a female, but it was a male. Maybe it'll be female next time. I am planning to go at the end of this month. I think it's the 26th or something like that. It's in Nuneaton, if anybody's interested in going. If you look at the video that I did of the sketches after that, the details of it and the links to the person who runs it are on there. So by all means, if you're in the area, join. It is daunting in many ways because they sort of test you. It's easy to do a sketch like we just saw if I've got time and I can do it at my own pace and whatever, and have a cup of tea in the middle and that sort of thing. And the man who runs the live drawing session started with a couple of warm-up 2-minute poses. Hello, Multicrons. Nice to see you. I've been talking to you this week, wondering if you were a friend of mine, but you follow me on Facebook, so welcome aboard. So this was the sketch that took just 2 minutes. And when you haven't done it for a long time, you wonder if you're actually going to be able to put a single mark on the page in 2 minutes. But actually, it's okay. It's got generally the pose that the model was standing in. And of course, you're never going to be able to do a finished piece of work in 2 minutes. And probably a lot of artists wouldn't show this sort of thing in public because it is a warm-up. But this channel, as you know, is all about learning together and the good things and the bad things that happen. This is a good thing, even though the result isn't a masterpiece. But in 2 minutes, I've been able to capture the pose, and that's all that you really have got time to do. So not everything that you do is going to be a masterpiece. Just keep persevering, and you learn from everything that you do. So the fact that this took me 2 minutes means that I'll be quicker at the next 2-minute pose that I do. Hello, David. Nice to see you too. Gosh, I think this is the most people we've ever had on at once, which is good. The channel is growing in every way. We went through the stats at the beginning of this video, which proved that it was growing, and now we're getting more consecutive live people at the same time, which is great. The next one was another 2-minute, and again, arms in the air, standing pose, but again, it's a figure standing with their arms in the air. So in 2 minutes, I've captured the essence of what I needed to capture of that pose. Everybody else was looking very perplexed as well, which is good, because if everybody else was finding the 2 minutes as really easy, then that would have made me nervous. But everybody else was struggling, to be fair. We then went to the dizzying heights of a 5-minute pose, which is obviously a bit more finished. The model was standing with their back to me, one hand on buttock and 1 foot up on a chair. And that is the pose that I managed to capture. They're a bit scrappy. I was using mechanical pencils because you don't need to sharpen them and that sort of thing. The next one was a 15 or 20 minute, I think. So we've absolutely got the luxury of time now. A bit more shading involved on this one, and an actual head. I'm not sure of the likeness of the model, really. He was an older gentleman. He looks an older gentleman, older than he probably was. Wasn't quite so pleased with this one, in that the model was leaning sort of backwards away from me more than it appears on this pose. And I didn't quite capture that. But again, it's not going to be a masterpiece in 15 minutes, but it's all teaching your hand-eye coordination to work more quickly and to get quicker. Has anybody got any questions about anything? Ask me a question and I can answer it. I don't always see the questions pop up straight away, so bear with me when I'm doing that. The next one was another 15-minute, and I think you can see not only have I improved because I've got more time, but I think I am getting better, and I'm getting more used to being in a group situation where people can look over your shoulder. That for an artist is something that is quite uncomfortable sometimes, really. But they were a really friendly bunch, and mixed abilities, some good, some bad. So it soon didn't become a problem. Yes, thank you, Multicrons. I was very apprehensive when I went, and actually I was left feeling I'm not the worst in the group. Not that that's important, because it's about me and how I'm working and whether I'm improving or not. But it would have been perhaps a bit upsetting if I was the worst in the group. But everybody was just doing the best that they could with the time that they were given. The last pose was the longest pose. It was for the rest of the lesson after a cup of tea. And that was, I think, 45, 50 minutes. I don't know. I just was told that the person who runs the group was very good and gave time countdown. So you knew that you had 10 minutes left, 15 minutes left, that sort of thing. So it wasn't all a rush to finish it at the end. You could sort of plan to do what you were going to do, and needed to get finished. Quite like that one. I'm not convinced that the head isn't a bit small on that one. But, it's not going to be perfect in that sort of time. You asked the question, why would it be upsetting? I think not upsetting, but embarrassing. If I'd have turned up to the live drawing group and everybody was a professional artist, I know I'm sort of a professional artist, but you know what I mean. If there were sort of brilliant people at doing live drawing, have done it all their lives, everybody looks at everybody's work, so it's a bit embarrassing if what you've drawn is a stick man, I suppose. They weren't stick men, so it would have been embarrassing, not upsetting, I suppose, really. But that was the live drawing group, and as I said, I'm planning to go to that again this month, so there should be some more sketches. Not so many sketches this month, as you've just seen, or drawings. Oh, there was one more that I've done since I've been back. The controversial one, I guess. Those of you that follow the channel will have seen this pencil sketch that I did of the same model as the first one that we showed in this video, and a similar sort of pose in a way, apart from he hasn't got his arms crossed in front of him and he's rotated round so that we can see his bottom. I like this because it shows the musculature of the back really well, and the feet are quite prominent, which I'm not very good at drawing, and certainly one of the feet is quite good from my point of view. I think so anyway. It's cool. I post everything on YouTube and Facebook. The Facebook channel is growing as well because of the YouTube, so we've got cross-pollination going on here. And I posted this in a life drawing, life model group, and I haven't really had any sort of negative feedback before. And I've had a few people asking, is this art? I suppose because the pose looks like he's squatting and having a poo, I guess. I don't know. It's not a sexual pose to me at all, so I don't think that's the problem. But I just like the pose, and that's why I did it. I did a Monara before I did it and posted it, but I think it's a really good pose. I'm showing some improvement, I think. I am hoping to do a retrospective, so we'll sort of compare things over the month towards the end of the year and see if there's an improvement month on month. But I can see that, to me, there is an improvement in my pencil sketching, certainly. Things aren't taking any longer, but I'm getting more accurate and more real, I suppose. It's quite impressionistic still, but sort of photographic. So, yeah, it caused a bit of controversy. People were asking if it was art or not, to which I didn't answer. I didn't engage in the argument. I think it's art. I've put it onto Etsy to see if it will sell. I don't know if it will sell or not. There's a link to Etsy if anybody's interested in it, on that video itself, to the actual piece of artwork, I think. Thank you. I think it's art as well. Yes. Okay, well, what I'm going to do now we've had a look at the work, is there any questions that anybody's got to ask me? Because I tend to try and make these about half an hour, no longer than that. You've seen enough of me during the month. You probably don't want to sit and listen to me for another hour at the end of every month. But we've been going 20 minutes. So if there's anything that anybody wants to ask or comment on, does anybody want to see me paint anything particularly? I know this is probably a dodgy question because Dawn, who was on the first live stream ages ago, said that she wanted to see me do some flowers because she was sort of having a practice at doing some flowers herself. And I still haven't done any flowers. I haven't given up on that task. I will do some flowers. I just haven't got around to it yet. Maybe next month there will be some flowers of some description. It's not a subject that I normally do, which is a good thing. I like to mix up what I'm doing and have a bit of variety from a media point of view. So not just pencils or gouache or oils or whatever, but also from a subject matter point of view. I don't want the channel to be just live drawing or landscapes or whatever. I want it to be a mixture. And I think so far it is a successful mixture. Self-portrait. I might break my pencil if I try and draw myself. I could try a self-portrait. I did once do a sort of life drawing, not portrait of me, but a picture of my figure, which I abandoned because it wasn't really inspiring me. But I could do a portrait. I'll add that one to the list as well. I can't promise this month, but maybe it will be this month. It would be interesting to do. So I'll add that to the list, and I will still do the flower. I'm just going to do a poll, just because I'm getting used to how this works really as much as anything else. I know there's not a lot of people on, but there's a few. So I'm going to start a poll, and I'm going to ask a question. I'm sure you love this running commentary of me, what I'm typing and whatever. And now it's gone silent as I'm typing, which is even worse. So that's the question. There are only two options that I'm interested in. That hopefully will pop up for people to be able to vote. If there's only two people on, it'll be a very quick vote. Not sure it's really very scientific. 50% say yes. Oh, that question doesn't work, does it really? Should I keep it or should I ditch it? You've answered yes, but I don't know to which. I need to work on those questions, I think, for the next poll that I attempt. So 50% said yes, 50% said no. But do they mean keep it or do they mean ditch it? You might have to just tell me. I think I'll keep it, partly because the reason it was on originally was because I didn't talk in the early videos, partly because I didn't feel qualified to tell people how to paint and draw. But I've since realised that no, I can't tell people how to paint and draw, but I can tell people how I paint and draw, and maybe they might pick up some of those tips from me and do it in the same way, or maybe they might ignore those tips and do it in a different way because of the way that I do it. So I have started to talk more about the process of me drawing and painting. And before I did that, it was just a very big, silent, nothing going on apart from a sped up, speed up of me drawing or painting whatever I was painting. I'm going to try another poll question now. Oh, I have to end the poll first. So there's two people on, 50% yes, 50% no, very decisive. The next one is a better question, I hope. There is only one yes or no to this question. The question is, I can't think of the question. Not good, is it now? That's the question. Apart from the fact I can't type, as Dawn, who works with me, knows. So the reason I've asked this question is that I was walking around the park the other day and was thinking about ways that I could vary what's on the channel. And I do know quite a lot of artists. And could I grow my channel subscriptions by sort of linking up with other artists that I admire and that inspire me? And sort of promote them while perhaps getting some of the people that follow them on their various social medias to follow me as well. So sort of a mutual promotion thing. So again, we've got 50% saying yes and 50% saying don't know. Oh no, 50% no. So it doesn't seem like a very popular idea. I sort of get that in that I don't really want people follow me because they like my work, I suppose. But the point of it was to sort of introduce people to other people that I sort of admire. And as an artist, you are inspired by other people's work. I'll have a mull about that and see if over the next few months it becomes a good idea or not. I have talked to a few people and they were up for it, but we'll see. Right, well, we're slightly under 30 minutes, but I think that's all I've got to say this month. I don't want to just keep people for the sake of keeping them. I hope you enjoyed the looking through the work from this month. There wasn't a great deal of it. Hopefully I'll be a bit more creative this month with not going on holiday. So watch this space. I've now got two things that I need to do because I've been asked to do a flower and a self-portrait. So maybe by this time next month, they might be done. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, do subscribe to the channel. That will help me grow and maybe get to some sort of monetization within the next 6 months. Who knows? That'd be good if I could. Thanks for joining if you've joined. If you're watching this later, thanks for watching it. And I will see you on the next normal video. Thanks for your time and see you soon. Bye.